Venezuela, Colombia, Chile, Uruguay, Peru. Quickly.
Draw. It goes to penalty. Venezuela wins.
Okay.
Colombia, Chile. That's very difficult. I can't put my head on the chalkboard right now, but I think Colombia will advance.
Uruguay, Peru.
Uruguay, obviously, for me.
You call it Docas.
Wisdom. Solomon Rondon, Venezuela would win Argentina.
Because of Solomon Rondon.
Well, I wanted to call some other names, but because of time, Venezuela will beat Argentina. They're more of a team than Argentina is. Although I think determination might be one thing that Argentina might use to, go against them. But for the game between Colombia and Chile, that's where it will be difficult for me to call. But penalties, and maybe in the penalty shootout, Chile might just be progressing.
And Uruguay, Peru?
Uruguay.
One last call for the road this afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Ogina was very correct. The top striker of Burundi yesterday match was very useless. I mean, the top striker was very, very useless in that match.
Okay.
Ogina is very correct.
Okay, thank you so much, Obina, for your time on the show. It's a wrap on the show. If not for anything, at least for your heart to do some. So join us tomorrow from 1 to 6 p.m. Bye-bye and stay blessed.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM. The voice of the people. Every day, every hour. When the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. News update.
Afternoon, and here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM, your premium talk radio station. I am Ifemi Andrew. The People's Democratic Party has challenged President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo to publicly declare their assets as proof to Nigerians and the world that they were not corrupt and have been leading Nigeria by example. PDP also asked the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, and the Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, to make public their assets in order to convince Nigerians that they were indeed partners in the fight against corruption. Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Diron Odeyemi, in a statement also said the Code of Conduct Bureau had all this while insisted that it could not release details of assets of the President and other top officials without their consent. Odeyemi called on all high-ranking political office holders to waive the caveat placed on the Code of Conduct Bureau and make assets of President Buhari and Vice President Osinbajo known to Nigerians. The PDP recalled that a former Chief Justice of the Federation, Walter Onege, could be made to face prosecution for not declaring in full his assets. Other top government officials should also submit themselves for public scrutiny through a public declaration of what they own as assets. And the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Uche Secondus, has alleged that monumental corruption was going on in the executive arm of government under President Muhammadu Buhari. Secondus made this position known in a statement by his media aide in Abuja, Ike Abonyi. The national chairman of PDP was responding to a statement credited to President Buhari and the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Walter Onege, when the president was hosting some Yoruba leaders at the presidential villa. Secondus said it was worrisome that while the president ceaselessly berated the judiciary, he turned blind eyes to the alleged monumental corruption in the executive arm. The PDP chairman also charged members of the judiciary never to abdicate their responsibilities in the sustenance of democracy. And the Ochimba of Obibi town in the Ichie local government area in Rivers State, Chief Ajuziogu Nweke has urged the people of the area to disregard rumors making rounds about the installation of a new Ochimba in the area. Chief Nweke described the rumor as untrue, adding that the reports are the handiwork of some mischievous individuals who want to cause crisis in the area. While urging the people, especially the youth, to remain peaceful despite the provocation, the Ochimba of Obibi town in Ichie local government area in Rivers State, Chief Ajuziegu Nweke assured that he remains committed to the unity and development of the area.
So there's no other Ochimba elected again in Obibi 1. I'm the right Ochimba of Obibi 1. So I have to tell my people they should relax. Any other person parading as on Ochemba or forbid the land is threat, it's lie. Although the governor have advised all the traditional rulers to make peace in their community. So that's why I'm using this opportunity now to tell the public, my people of Obibidi town, that they should relax. I am the Ochemba elected.
On his part, the General Secretary of Akechi Kingdom Council of Chiefs and Traditional Rulers, Chief Livinus Njoku, warned those fanning the embers of crisis in their kingdom to desist from the act, stressing that it was wrong for anyone to raise the issue of chieftaincy installation when the one-year mourning period declared for the late king of the kingdom is not over.
Yesterday, and he was installed as Ochemba. Would there be two Ochembas in one town? No, now. Then, moreover, we are still observing the traditional mourning period of 1 year for our late paramount ruler. And we have given order that no person in Okene Kingdom should go anywhere to take up any special chieftaincy title or any installation of any form until we have buried that our late traditional ruler. I remember that the River State government has warned every traditional ruler to make sure that there is peace in their own domain. We wrote a letter to the chairman of River State Council of Traditional Rulers, informing him of the death of our paramount ruler and notifying him of the inauguration of this 3-man caretaker.
And now on the foreign scene, Sudanese riot police fired tear gas at scores of students who rallied against the ruling generals near the presidential palace in downtown Khartoum. Protesters have been staging sporadic and scattered demonstrations in recent days in the capital ahead of mass rallies called by protest leaders on June 30 against the generals who have seized power since the ouster of longtime ruler Omar al-Bashir on April 11. Chanting freedom, peace, justice, the catch cry of the protest movement that brought down Bashir, about 300 students stepped out of their banking college in downtown Khartoum and held a spontaneous protest. The umbrella protest movement, the Alliance for Freedom and Change, has called for mass rallies in Khartoum and other cities on June 30 against the ruling generals. It's the first of such nationwide calls since a brutal crackdown on the protest camp outside the army headquarters on June 3, which left dozens killed and hundreds wounded. The crackdown was carried out by men in military fatigues after talks between protest leaders and generals collapsed over who should lead a new governing body, a civilian or a soldier. And from sports, River State Governor has offered all the players of Banham Model Primary School, Port Harcourt, automatic admission into the Real Madrid Football Academy. He said the River State government will also sponsor the players and their coaches to Real Madrid for 2 weeks of training at Real Madrid Football Club. Governor Wike said the Secretary to the River State government will liaise with the school management to prepare the processes for the children to travel to Spain during the long vacation. He commended the leadership of River State Universal Basic Education Board for implementing the goals in developing sports across all schools in the state. Governor Wike therefore advised the children not to be deceived into joining court groups. The Real Madrid Football Academy opens in August. And that's it on the news update. Thank you for your time. Stay tuned.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Port Harcourt, are you ready?
Hi, Mommy. Hello, my love. Missing me already?
Yes, Mommy. When are you coming?
Aw, next week, darling. And I'll be bringing delicious meals for you and all your friends.
Okay, Mommy. I can't wait to see you. Love you.
Love you too.
She says she's bringing food next week.
Hey! All of you, keep quiet. Oh yeah, fetch my water now. I can't be late for assembly.
Yes, SP. Good taste creates great memories. Relive the memory of delicious meals cooked with Mr. Chef's seasoning cubes. Available in multiple variants. Mr. Chef's seasoning cubes are available at your nearest market or superstore. Mr. Chef's seasoning cubes, creating delightful memories.
Insecurity has become a common factor in our general language within the Nigerian space, no doubt. Not only has it become a threat, it has begun taking diverse dimension we cannot ignore, where cultism spreads and breeds evil in its every wake. A solution we seek. A desire to stop the trend is imminent. And as your number one talk station, we have taken the challenge to champion this discuss and prefer solutions. Join us at our Anti-Cultism Summit on the 6th of July at 9 a.m. Be part of the solution.
The situation is critical. The issues are diverse.
You see, courtesan in quote is the surname of all other criminalities. But this year, courtesan has a new child known as banditry.
I'm sure you are aware that the 6th Division of Nigeria is court-martialing some of its officers for being involved in kidnapping.
There is a consciousness that is going on that if you are into this thing, you become a supreme being.
The whole criminality we are seeing, especially as they occur in Rivers State, they revolve around culture.
So what if you are volunteering information to an accomplice?
In seeking a solution, the Today FM Anti-Cultism Summit comes up on the 6th of July, time 9 a.m. Keynote speakers are Amalpu Senibo Bobo Sophie Brown, Professor Chief Andrew Efemini, Retired Colonel Owunda, Professor Austin Sadu, and Ken Henshaw of We the People. Also on the table will be representatives of stakeholders and the various organs of influence that can help deal with the stemming tide of cultism. Keep the date, 6th of July 2019, 9 a.m. Let's fight cultism together.
Peace is a situation where there is no war or violence in a society. Peace allows wealth to accumulate and the society to advance.
Through peace, generations of wealth, education, technology can build up, thereby making people very prosperous and happy.
Without peace, there will be violence, war, and underdevelopment in our society. The most disadvantageous peace is far better than the most just war. Let us embrace peace for a better society.
This message is brought to you by your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM.
It's what I pray for. All around the world. It's what I pray for. For my.
Thomas Edison, who lived from 1847 to 1931, was quoted as saying in 1890 that non-violence leads to the highest ethics, which is the goal of all evolution. Until we stop harming all other living beings, we are still savages. Encourage peace in the city and report violence. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not harm. Thou shalt not be violent. This message is brought to you by the voice of the people. Today, 95.1 FM Port Harcourt.
Corruption is a dishonest action that destroys people's trust. Corruption takes many forms and can be interpreted by many people in many ways. It is hard to enter into any sector in Nigeria without observing one corrupt practice or the other. The faces of corruption ranges from political, universities and college, bank sector, the civil service, even the religious bodies. In Nigeria, factors like greed, poor youth empowerment, poverty, unemployment, etc. are said to be responsible for corruption. However, no reason is good enough to be corrupt, because corruption is capable of crippling our economy, raise poverty level, bring about national crisis, as well as poor national development. Stop the embezzlement and misappropriation of public or government funds, bribery, malpractice, man no man, and treat all citizens equally today. A corrupt-free nation is possible. This message is powered by your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM. The voice of the people.
Hey, you want to speed drive? Come on, go to the racetrack. You want to smoke? Not on the steering wheel. You want to drink alcohol? Don't do it on wheels. Go to a bar and don't drive afterwards. Seatbelts are not for fancy. They're there to save your life. Know your traffic rules and obey them because they are for your own good. Drive with care because life is dear.
Here at Today, we bring you what you need to hear.
This is what they're going after. They're not going to let me land.
It has to be applicable to all situations.
No, it cannot be because when the evidence.
Some people are not sure of 1 meal a day in a society with such huge potentials.
If a criminal passes that place, whichever means he used in passing, and you turn around to blame the citizen, for instance, people will ask you, were you not there?
Malaria kills Nigerians. Malaria.
News.
This is the World News. I am Annie Abdul Salam. In the headlines, Federal Executive
Sports and entertainment.
My name is Shubogu Najib.
Straight up to football on the show.
This is Today. Every day, 24/7, 365. We are your official all-year radio station.
All stands, greet.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You're welcome to Jagbajantis High School. My name is Sound Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand Pidgin English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what we go use henceforth? Okay, carry your pen. Carry your paper. Them for my class. People of this world, them plenty. The sins of this people, many. So many. Many times plenty, multiplier. Many times plenty, multiplier. Multiply am the answer you get now waiting they make poor man they cry. The answer you get now waiting they make rich man they mess and leaders they lie. The answer you get now waiting they make young boys and girls join party gang. Answer you get now waiting they make innocent man rot inside the jail. Get it, and then agree to grant and bail. Get it. Everybody, join Jagbajantis, make we solve mathematics. We did our continent, so Oyinbo say about mass we go use take solve mathematics. So follow Jagbajantis. So ya carry by be for brotherhood.
Love your neighbor as yourself,
oh for objectivity.
Be objective, genuine.
For democracy. Now M for modification
of our behavior, let's stand to the same behavior.
A accountability.
If you've been a chop money, I beg you take them easy.
S for solidarity.
Now every time we fight, oh my shell.
We enter new millennium. Nigerians like 120 million. What gone? One population of 6 billion.
6 billion.
Divide that 1 by 120 million all together. Oh yeah.
All together.
The answer you get now waiting they make people they jar. Come on for Niger. Answer you get now waiting they make people want travel. By hook or by crook. The answer you get now waiting they make people they sleep for embassy for visa. Answer you get now waiting they make people they sell them property for ticket. Get it. Then they travel see. Get it. Oh, hey. Everybody,
join Jagbajantis, we solve mathematics.
We did our continent, so Oyinbo say about mass we go use take
solve mathematics. So follow Jagbajantis.
So ya carry by be for brotherhood.
Love your neighbor as yourself. reporter. Oh,
for objectivity.
Objective journalism.
D for democracy.
No matter how hard it is, still at a military.
M for modification.
It all begins with breaking news.
Now make no mistake, this is a difficult mission, and it will remain difficult for some time.
Then it keeps trending. Events, issues, personalities, all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play, undercurrents are often missed or underreported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore. As the platform on radio steps in to fill the missing links on events, issues, and personalities in the news.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
The platform on radio serves only the hottest topics and trending issues. Only on Today95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. Every weekday at 4 p.m. Get on the platform on radio and be served.
Let them identify where. And I don't want, so that you prepare the CO4. Whether they are from River State or they are not from River State, say they are living in the state, they should be able to benefit from it. So that's what we should be able to do to ensure that some of them too. Some people don't have the money to buy. And sometimes they don't write the exam because of their parents are very poor. You may think that 4,000 naira is small. It's big money for so many people that most people cannot afford it. So the state government would take over that responsibility. Nobody in River State again should pay.
Well, that was Governor Nyesom Wike. He was speaking on the payment of free JAM forms for indigenes and non-indigenes alike, all in the state. It's 20 minutes past 4. You're welcome to another edition of the platform on radio on your premium talk station, Today 95.1 FM. And my name is Ifeemi Andrew. For those who are new, the platform on the radio is a program where we come to take a critical look at trending issues with correspondent reports to top it. Our correspondents submit reports from the field, and then on the program we take the reports and also get them to give us more details, so you get a chance to hear what might not be in the news. On the menu for today, we have very interesting things to talk about. First off, IGP Monitoring Unit ask criminals terrorizing River State to change their ways or be hunted continually. And victims of a Morelo attack in Ikure local government area petitions Inspector General of Police and National Human Rights Commission over role of some police officers. So let's start off with the IGP, shall we? The Inspector General of Police Monitoring Unit, they now stated that it would not relent on its mandate to rid River State of vicious criminals terrorizing the state. In fact, the commander of the IGP Monitoring Unit, in a statement, Superintendent Justin Adaka said this while he was speaking with newsmen in Alu on the rescue of some kidnapped victims from Ozohia in Ikure local government area. SP Adaka said Beke Sobariara, who was abducted on June 25 along the NT Mboba Road, was rescued by his men, while some of the suspects were arrested.
I tried to be a good citizen.
Criminal elements, as far as we are concerned, the Inspector General of Police has issued a warning order. Everybody with criminal tendency should repent or be shown way out. Three things: is either a criminal, is in the police cell, or is in the prison, maybe by the special grace of God, should be in the motor or wherever God wills it should be. So those three places are imminent. Either it's in my cell, which I can't keep him, or is in the court, which, all.
So the question now is, can we blame the failure of the society and religious organizations on the high rate of criminality in Nigeria and River State? Is it not important for the state government to help some of these commanding units of the police with logistics support? All those units, the IGP monitoring units, the IGP intelligence unit, the anti-kidnapping unit, and the FSARS, should they not be supported by the state government? And have they been asking for support, or have they said that they were not supported by the government? So we know what really needs to be done and who we should hold accountable. Questions that we need to ask ourselves. But before we go to our phone lines, let's quickly tell you that you can send in text messages, by the way. 0701-933-9962. That's where you send your messages to if you want to put in your reaction now. But we'd like you to listen to this report from Omorelu community. Lucky Eyinda and Innocent Odu are all indigents of Omorelu community in the Ikore local government area. And they have petitioned the IGP and National Human Rights Commission over alleged arson, criminal harassment, intimidation, and threats to their lives.
On the 2nd of June this year, 2019, some policemen invaded their community. Here, these are the pictures they showed to me, which got my curiosity. These are the houses that was burned. This one is a picture, according to them, of their grandmother, late Mrs. Comfort Eyinda. She was burnt in the house, 95 years old woman. She was burnt in the